So here we are, looking up Arch Canyon. Can you see the arch way down there? Let's see. There it is, center frame. And it's really windy. I'm trying to shield the microphone. I hope it's not too bad. And we are hiking along the rim. Arch Canyon goes straight out and then up to the left. It's Texas Canyon. We're gonna see if we can get down in there. And it's also finished object field trip. Do you like your hat?
I love my hat.
It looks really good against the striped sandstone. You have it in the down position.
In the down position against the wind.
Over the ears as planned.
It's freezing cold out here.
It is freezing. My hands are about to fall off. And it also literally looks, so we didn't overblock it. Like it fits, even though we've got it wet and stretched it out.
I like it. I think it fits good.
But you liked it better before we blocked it, right? It was really tight and springy.
And it's a little snugger. This is good. This is good though. This is really good.
Does it make you feel like you have antlers?
No.
Even though it's the antler hat. How beautiful is it out here? It's gorgeous. So we're cruising all along these beautiful pinyon juniper forests. Check them out. They smell really good and they're pretty dense, and there's little nooks and crannies everywhere you go, and they're making their own soil, and they're really beautiful. I don't know what the life cycle of these beautiful blue, purple juniper berries are, but seems as though they're kind of in their prime right now, and it's been ridiculously windy, and they're dropping these gorgeous blueberries all over the ground. I don't think the video does it justice how pretty these are. They're deep purple and maroon and bright blue and bright purple and amongst the greens. And just, you know, the colors around here are just so harmonious because you've got the red soil and the green bushes, and those are trines on the color wheel, and so of course they're perfect harmonies. Steep it is.
I know, I'm sort of...
I mean, maybe if we go up to the head wall, we can get down into a drainage. It might be less steep, but... Yep, and it's that windy. Okay, here's a really cool piece. It's big for one, so on the side you can see the vertical striping. The tree was like this, or it could have been like this, I guess, but or it's a branch. But then the really cool thing is in cross section you can see some growth rings. Here's one. That's the most clearest one, and then you can see these little dots. I'm assuming maybe that those are little individual chambers. They could just be precipitated minerals. But isn't that cool? So cool. I don't know why we're in. So we're just finding them in these, like, in these washes of gravels all through here. And I don't know why. Yeah, this one's cool too. So tip it up so you can see the end grain.
That? Oh.
Top. You can really see good rings on that. Look how all the radial patterns that are you can see in that one.
Yep.
What's on the inside? So cool.
The cadmium layer.
Here's the biggest one yet. That's like a whole log. Look how big that is. There's these really, really beautiful bluish minerals. What a... Oh my gosh. So here's the final test. Which one is petrified and which one is not?
Okay.
That one's really light. That one's really heavy. Is that showing up? The sparklies? This is for Julie in Michigan. Hi Julie, sparklies. Can you see that? I'm not used to sandstones being sparkly, but they are made of little tiny grains of quartz and feldspar, and that quartz can be very shiny. So I'll just do this. I can't tell here out in the fields, but oh yeah, I think we're probably getting that. Sparkly! Texas flat. We started here. Our first view of the day was at this rim, looking up this way.
Arch Canyon.
And we hiked this way. We've been just meandering around the top of the mesa. And we kind of cruised to the rim. And then we hit this trail and things got a little steep. This is when you were looking up at the red rocks. And our little meander in the woods is here. We have a video of looking at all the cacti. We came through here and we couldn't get across the face of this. It was too steep and snowy. So we went up this little ridge and now we're here. And I think our plan is to go we're going to go to have a peek at this little trib. But we're really going to go try to explore the head wall here. So here's the stream, the little blue stream going down. And we're going to go peek around in here. And I think we'll probably come back on the other side of these. These are little hills. This little hill, this little hill. And we're going to come all the way back. Are you a pod venturer?
For sure.
For sure. We all are. We're in the woods now. Now we're in like oak scrub and even some firs and pines. Have you seen any firs or firs or ponderosas?
Not right here, but we were in them earlier on the north side.
Total change of landscape. So we're gonna go up. We're gonna cross this little basin, keep going that way. Let's go! He is looking for ruins. Anasazi ruins along the crevices and in the alcoves. Just a few, not a lot. You can't see them, but in the seams, in the horizontal seams, you'll find remnants of walls. So, here we are. know of geology in other places, I think what we're looking at is the steep forming cliffs. Mostly the light colored stuff is Wingate, a sandstone. And above it, the red stuff is called Kayenta. It's also a sandstone. When we were wandering around looking at petrified wood, we were wandering around on the Kayenta. There are some lovely signs of spring. And it's freezing right now. It was warm for a little while and all the snow was melting. So, all the plants know it's spring. Some manzanita. And here's some more signs of spring. Yes, all the snow melt is making the ground very moist. Everybody's loving it. These are flowers. Definitely little flowers, not just leaves. Ah, and the yucca. Such a beautiful little spot. I'm gonna go walk to the edge of this and look off of it. We're just going to pretend we're water, we're water, we're water. We're following the fluvial expression. Woo! Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And if you were water, whoosh, you go whooshing down here. Whoosh!
Whoosh.
This is that little side canyon.
Yep.
I guess it's pretty safe to say we're not getting down in there today. What do you think? No. Okay, now we're on Mars. We've gone up into the red Kayenta, which, as you can see, is much more slope forming. It's much more vulnerable to erosion. It's just forming these awesome little grooves and canyons everywhere. There it is in its cliff form, but we're running around on its slopes. So we couldn't get down into the canyon, but here's the one on the other side. Look at that esplanade. So I'm going downstream for a little bit. We're water, we're water, we're water, we're water, we're water, we're water. Woo! Sometimes we're ice. We're water. everywhere you turn there's something awesome, huh? What are you looking at? What is that? Ice? Bubbles under the ice?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh my. This is the annual springtime migration of the sperm in the Utah desert.
Spring is upon us.
They start about 6 feet up the canyon wall and they migrate 6 feet down to their summer grounds 6 feet below.
What are they impregnating?
I don't know.
Mother Earth. What the heck is going on here? So we've come up out of the canyon, North Mule. We're just gonna cruise this ledge. We're gonna go all the way out to the end of it and around, back up. So we're way out. As we cruise the Great Sage Plain, no desert hiking trip is complete without a comment about the Cryptus globulus, also known as cryptobiotic soil. So the soil, as we've seen, because of the moisture and the freezing, does all this really cool texture making, but it's helped along by this, I don't know, what is this stuff? It's fungi, bacteria. I don't think it's lichen that grows and stabilizes the soil, preventing fine particulate erosion. So you're supposed to be really, really careful not to walk on it because it's easily damaged. So we do our very, very most bestest, but there's cattle running around all over here too. I'm sure they're taking their toll. But ain't it cool? How can we fit that into a knitting pattern? We must try. It is our duty. Off we go. Where do we go? Try not to step on it. Yay, camp. Camp, sweet camp. Look at our killer camp view. You gotta see it. There's our silly little tent. The gardeners been hard at work. And we've come full circle. Back to Arch Canyon. It's Crosswords at the Coffee Shop in Unwind Yarn Company, Blue Jay colorway, which is great because I'd like to be a Blue Jay right now. We're obviously not in a coffee shop. We are in Arch Canyon. Finished object field trip. Yay! It's really nice. It's kind of little. I did them on size 7 needles instead of size 8s. Even though I used the worsted yarn called for, so it's came out to be. That guy? Oh, there's 2. Can you see the arches down there? Well, there's just, I can see one of them. Can you see them?
I think so.
It looks really good in light. Isn't that cool? I love those checkerboard diamonds. So, hopefully it's going to block out. It's not blocked yet. Hopefully it's going to block out real nice. Anyway. Oh, it's so awesome. awesome. Cross 'em. It is so fun to wander around on the stick rock. You get to feel like a pinball. So we're finding a lot of this silicate, be it jasper or chert or whatever they call it around here, but it's stuff arrowheads are made of, and there's suddenly tons of it all in this one spot. So on our quest to find some cliff dwellings, we're coming across all these signs of human activity, human occupation. Here's a bit of a... So the question is always, you know, is this stuff from here? Did it come out of the cliffs here? Did it wash here? Or did people bring it here? And this stuff, oh, here's a pot shard. This has definitely been worked. So yeah, I mean, it's most likely all the other arrowhead making substances also came from the people. But I hear tell that around the corner, you see a lot of pot shards over here?
Yeah, like tons.
Where?
Like everywhere. Like this one here, painted.
Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, that one's got stripes on it.
I mean, they're all over. They're all over.
Oh yeah, here's a piece that's worked like clay, just like people work today. They crimp pots, coil pots. If anybody knows ceramics, you make a coil and you wind it around and around and smear it. So each one of these would be, the pot was made upward that way.
There's another piece of a rim
Ooh.
of a pot.
Let's see. I'd like to know more about how they fired them. I think we've seen kilns in some places, haven't we? Oh yeah, here's some bigger pieces. So the etiquette around here is always to leave everything. Things have been so pillaged over the years that this is kind of all we got left, so we always leave them, we never take them. You can totally see this might have been a very big pot. I mean, they'd make them big. 2 feet, foot in the diameter. Water jugs. Ooh, that one has a cool 2-color. They're so smooth, extremely soft. In Mesa Verde, we were shown ones that had fingerprints still in them. Yeah, this is definitely a place where people were hanging out. I would totally hang out here with my buddies and make pottery. See, that's big. They made some big pots, huh?
They did. This is like probably the biggest pot shard I've ever found anywhere. Ever.
In the wilds. Look
Yeah.
at this one. This one is painted very nicely.
Dang.
Let me get it wet. Is that looking better? There we go. And the shape on this is like it's going up and then turn. Yeah, it's definitely a rim. It's the outside. So this is maybe the top where the rim started to curve out. We're gonna go up towards the cliff to see what else we can find. Every look. Everywhere. Here and there. And everywhere. Okay, so we just came in on the obvious ledge right in the center of the frame, place where you can actually see, you can actually walk along the seam, the dark seam in the middle. But down there is bits of ruins, maybe just granaries because they're so little, but how the heck did they get down there? Rope ladders. Check this out. Whoosh. Whoosh. We can barely see these because we can't hover over, but look down there. Probably also a granary because it's such low clearance. And seam below, you can see rubble and timbers. There may have been more in there. But what the heck? It's always a mystery how they got out to places like this. They would have had ladders and they would have had ropes. And they would have had each other. Crazy town. May have gone down the crevice. The line between dark and light. These are really amazing. That one still has a roof on it. It's so amazing. There's a lot of timbers left laying around, which is...
Yeah.
There's a reason for those. Scouting the seams. So, if you look right there, you can see how people could have wandered, crawled, scrambled. Of course, this may have been different 800 years ago, but see that seam, that dark line right below my finger? There are little ruins in there. Let's zoom in. Can you see them? You can see the little tiny, right there. Boom. That first seam, the seam on the top. You can see little squares in there. People crawled along this face to get in there. That is completely out of this world. There's probably more than we can even see. Yeah, man, these people were crazy town. They were either crazy or they had wings.
They built a crazy town here.
This is crazy town. There are some snowy white peaks way off in the distance. That's the back side of the La Platas. The opposite side of what I usually show you. And there is the sleeping Ute who bids you good pod ventures. So since we're in such a beautiful place, I thought it'd be a great way to show off a past project. These, which did spend some time in a canyon being worked on, are wearing nicely. They are wool and probably 25% nylon, but no danger of wearing out that I can tell. That has a slip stitch heel. This is the Russian rivulet sock out of Cat Bordy's New Pathways for Sock Knitters. And they're great! They've been washed, line dried several times. Yay! Yay, canyon socks!